Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live. Again, it's Wednesday. Thanks for being here and joining me on the live stream. I see in the chat, Winston, you got some water in your basement, and that is horrible. So that hopefully doesn't cause too much damage, and you can get through that without having to have too much trouble. So that sucks. So sorry to hear that. Everyone else who's joining who doesn't have water in their basement, I hope you're all having a fabulous day. And we're going to look at some kitchens tonight on some real estate listings, of course. I thought we'd do this live. There's only one that I looked at, which will be the first one that we're going to look at tonight, which is a real estate listing that Paula, a viewer from the live stream, sent me via email to say, hey, check out this real estate listing, check out the kitchen, see what you think about it. Because of the video I did on Saturday, where I'm kind of tearing apart this kitchen in this expensive home. So we're going to do that tonight. We're going to do it live. We're going to look at a few real estate listings, kind of at random, except again for this first one, and just kind of see what these kitchens look like. My intention is, of course, not to tear down the person who owns the home or whatever, but just to look at these kitchens to see, are these kitchens that can be approved upon? What do I think about them? What do you think about them? Are they awesome? Are they not awesome? Are they horrible? Are they amazing? One of the things that Amy, my wife, always says when she looks through the real estate listings is, you're not going to like the kitchen. You're not going to like the kitchen. Because every time we look at a kitchen, I always say, oh, they should have done that, or they should have done this differently, or whatever the case may be. So it's kind of a joke now because she loves to look at real estate listings just kind of as something to do, basically. And I love to tear apart the kitchens. So she's like, oh, you're not going to like this one. And I never do. There's a few that I find that meet the Mark Tobin kitchen design seal of approval, but they're few and far between. Not that that means anything, of course. So we're going to look at a few of these tonight, and hopefully you can join in the chat. I do want to say hi to you all. I got a screen here, got a screen here. So if you see me looking down a whole bunch, it's because that's where all the chat is. So if I'm looking down there, it's because I'm looking at the chat and stuff. So, but hey, let's just jump into this first one. I'm going to share my screen, and then we will have a look. And let's go from there. So this kitchen here is the kitchen that Paula sent me. It's in Penn Valley, Pennsylvania. 1.399, so $1.4 million, I guess, about there. So this is a nice old looking house. It looks pretty cool. But we want to look at the kitchen. So this is the only one I did look at, and then the rest we're just going to search for ourselves. We can search your state or province or country and see what we can come up with to try to look at some of these kitchens, maybe be inspired, and maybe just hone our design skills a little bit to see how we would maybe fix some of these spaces. So I'm going to jump into this one, and let's just go see all photos here, and then we'll jump into the kitchen. And hopefully you can see that okay. It's not too blurry or small. I think it's okay on the screen, but so let's just scroll down to the kitchen here right away, and we'll start here. We'll just do this. I think if we click on it, bam, there we go. So the first thing, of course, that I noticed, because one of the reasons I think Paul sent me this is because there's two things in this kitchen that are really kind of out of whack in terms of my personal views of corners, and that's this one has a fridge in the corner, and you'll see another appliance in a corner in a second. And so this one really stood out, of course, because of the fridge in the corner. And so whenever I see an appliance like this in the corner, I always want to kind of look at it, assess how I feel about it. My first reaction and my gut instinct always is usually be like, no, I just hate anything in a corner all the time. But I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to be fair to the situation, maybe the designer or the thought behind this, so that I can give it a fair assessment. But just to be honest with you, right out of the gate, whenever I come and look at these types of things, if there's something in the corner, I automatically just don't like it. That doesn't mean it's bad or it shouldn't be there. It's just my own bias. So let's just consider that as we go through. Of course, we all have our likes and our dislikes, obviously, and I'm no different. So I'll just start with this picture. Obviously, you have a corner refrigerator, which, if you like or don't like. My issue with this is, I think when we see the rest of the kitchen, I just think there's a better way that this can be designed. And it takes up a lot of space in the kitchen. There's a lot of wasted space. Coming from me, that doesn't mean a whole lot, of course, because I would love to waste space in corners. So, it's the kettle calling the pot black. I think that's how that saying goes. But the other thing you'll notice here, and I think you can see my mouse. Yeah, cool. And this is an older kitchen that they've maybe just refinished. They put some nice granite on it, which I think is fairly nice, at least in this light. Over here, it looks like a different color almost, which I don't think it is. I think it's just the lighting. So I like this color, but I don't like this color. Anyway, the way they did this crown molding was interesting. See how they carried that across the top there? That's an interesting vibe. Anyway, just a look, and of course, it's just an older kitchen. Let's go to this next picture. It shows you back a little bit. So nice big island, of course, which is beautiful. They have I think this is a secondary sink in this island, and double wall oven. You get the microwave cabinet, the whole bit. So this is just a classic case of a kitchen that was, refinished to, I don't think this was refinished to sell. I think this is just the kitchen because you can see it's all beat up here. I mean, they're selling this home for 1.4, and this is a lot of beat up stuff on this, which is fine. Whatever, it's all, is what it is. But just let me know your thoughts. Give me your thoughts all of a sudden here. What do you think about this? Is this something that you would you would want to do? Would you be happy with this kitchen? Would you buy this house and say, "Oh, I'm going to leave the kitchen exactly the way it is"? That's kind of the feedback that I'm looking for. Now, here you go, looking in this other direction. And one thing I do love about this space, of course, is the great big window that is in this kitchen. I think it's gorgeous, and lovely. The bigger the window, the better. And that's the one regret, of course, of my own kitchen is I just didn't expand the window, didn't make a bigger window. And I think that would have been something that really would have, benefit me. So, yeah, so this is definitely just a fixer-upper type of kitchen, in my opinion, but it's very big and there's a lot you can do with it. Very nice big island, lots of seating, and on and on and on. But there's a few things that I think, maybe it could be changed, or if I was redesigning this, what I would think about if I was doing that. And one of them is simply this little cabinet right here. I really don't think it needs to be there in a kitchen this size with there's a lot of storage, there's a lot of counter space. It just seems like they've got the bases covered in that department. Now, of course, I don't know their needs, but let's just say average amount of storage is covered for sure with these cabinets, with the pantry, with they've got all the side hutch, all the base cabinets. I don't think a cabinet like this is absolutely necessary because it sort of just sits there on its own, and it's not tied into anything. I know they tried to make this corner on the other side, like return the corner, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So yeah, I think I would probably get rid of a cabinet like that in this type of situation, and just let the kitchen breathe a little bit. I know it's being an open space, but this would allow it to even look more open. I think. I just had this conversation today with a client actually, and that's sort of one of the things I recommended. You don't necessarily need that cabinet. And I think this next one, yeah, just shows you a different angle, nice big countertop. Yeah, that's the color there. It's more true of that old school butter rum granite style. Anyway, it's just an older top. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, and here we go, the dishwasher in the corner. So that's the second corner appliance that we see in this kitchen. And again, whenever I see a corner appliance of any type, I'm like, okay, whoa, 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 stop, stop, stop. Why did they do that? Why isn't it in next to the sink on the left-hand side? Why'd they corner it? My opinion on this is that because it's cornered, when you're standing, you almost have to stand in front of it because of the weird triangle that it's going to create for you standing there. I just don't know how practical it is overall. Plus, it creates this kind of extra cut in the countertop that I don't know. I kind of it's just not my favorite look. Okay, you might love it. That's fine, but this cabinet here, you can see how they angled that, and it's in a kitchen this big. You don't need to be so close to the trim. Like they have this nice big wide window trim, and they're just on top of it. They're cutting into it here on this side and this side. So what I would do is get rid of this cabinet and take this one out and just go straight into the wall so that you don't need to return the corner at all. What that would do for us is we could balance this a little better on this wall. Say we're keeping the corner fridge, we could balance this a little better so you don't have this, you know, offset look. You have this one door here, you have these two doors here. They're different sizes. You have this little corner door, which is a different size door. So we can kind of slide everything around a little bit and just maneuver this in a way that makes a little more sense. Like, to me. Anyway, that's what I would do. Yeah, nice big range gas top, but there you go. I mean, old kitchen needs a lot of work, but those are some of the things I think about. And you got these corner hutches, which are fine. You get your stuff that you got to store. Now, this thing here is kind of My guess is that there was well, no, they got this drawer above it. I don't know what's going on with this thing, what this drawer is for, and, was this originally for a microwave? Looks like it was, because that's a microwave cabinet. It looks like this thing was almost inserted. So, you could easily just probably take that out, insert a nice, wall built-in microwave probably. But, one thing to remember with mall wall microwaves, is that they do come down lower, and so you have this kind of, clearance issue underneath them. So just be mindful of that. Like, when they're over a range, like, they're up high and you don't have that issue because of the height of the ventilation requirements. But when you put them in a wall cabinet and they're lowered, which is good because it's easier to get at, you do have this issue underneath here. So it's just something to be aware of when you're doing that, and also that they need to be deeper. So sometimes having a wall cabinet for a microwave isn't the greatest idea because of those two factors. Now, in this installation, they have it so that it's next to this tall unit. So it's tucked away so it's not noticeable. But those are the things to think about if you're doing it, trying to figure out where your microwave should go. And you're going to put it in a cabinet like that. Just be aware of that kind of one issue that they brings with them. Oh, there's the beautiful other part of the house. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts. Like, I can't. I mean, usually I'm looking up here, I'm looking down here, so I haven't really paid attention to the comments. So if you're going to ask a question, wait till a bit later. So I'm actually looking because right now I'm kind of looking at this other screen. I'm not going to see it because I'm not seeing any comments. So I'm just in my own little world up here looking at this kitchen. All right. But Jackie's there and she'll take care of you. Of course, you're all there taking care of yourselves. And I'm just kind of out of the mix. But those are the things I think about with this kitchen overall. I think has a lot of great potential. But, I think with the corner fridge, I think this whole section could probably be redesigned so that you don't have that. But I'd be curious to ask the homeowner how they liked having that corner refrigerator. I've never had a corner refrigerator. The amount of just width it takes up to make those corners to fit a big refrigerator in there, I think is challenging. And I mean, there might be other factors too that I'm not thinking about, but and I think this little corner nub, can I zoom in? I kinda can, it might be a little blurry. Just the way this is finished here might be odd when you're opening that door. Yeah, and your back's against the corner, so like, the clearance is cut down. So there's all these little things I think about when I see something like this. You could have easily done fridge, stove, everything on this wall, turn the corner, and given this wall even more room to design something, quite nice. This is a massive range hood, of course, and, that could be done quite beautifully. So that's my thought on this one. Let me zoom back out. So I want to thank Paula for sending me that real estate listing. I think it's cool. I had a great time on my video, just kind of going through from Saturday's video. A lot of comments came in on that video, just about different things, and so it's just interesting to look at some of these homes, and this is more, I think, true to life than than kitchens that we're going to find on like Instagram or even Google Pictures. When you go to Google Images, you're going to find these curated kitchens that are meant to be looked at this way. But when you go into real estate listings and you see these actual kitchens that people live in, you really get a sense, of kitchen design and maybe the era it came from, or maybe you see things that you necessarily wouldn't have thought of, but that people do, and retrofit or DIY or hack their kitchen to make it work a particular way. And so it's interesting. Plus, we get to see the price of these homes and does the kitchen really match the price, which I find kind of interesting. So let's go back to this, and let's just go to. I'm just going to actually go to a random city. We'll go back to listing and we'll go back to search. So this is on Zillow. I don't. I've never really used Zillow, but ooh. But while we're in the area, let's just look at another home in this area. Um, this one here is 1.9. So let's just look. I have no idea, but 44 photos. So it's a nice corner lot, very nice home. Let's go. Looks like they've done a few upgrades. All right. Okay. All right. I'm actually impressed at first impressions. Wow. I don't hate it. Ah. This is cool. Kitchen I don't hate, like, at first sight. I should get Amy down here. "Amy, I found one." Okay, well, I mean, nice two-tone. I love the black. I think that's looks great. They got the shaker doors, which is, pretty trendy, so it's good for selling. Um, they have the different size handles, which is great to go with different size doors and drawers. So that's always something to be mindful of. If you're going with a wide handle, you have to then go with a narrow, like a shorter handle on a a door that's not as wide, or drawer front that's not as wide. Otherwise, it can look kind of crazy. So that's the only maybe I don't know if it's a downfall, but just be mindful of that. I guess when you're doing something like this, if you're going to with something wide on this next drawer, of course, it has to be smaller, obviously. And so these things come in sets, in groupings that you can buy the different sizes. So, but yeah, beautiful sink in the island. We're going to see that that's a pretty big trend. Saturday's video, I'm talking about some of these trends. So that we see in islands actually, and the spoiler alert, the sink in 100 kitchens that I looked at, that 100 islands, 40 of them had a sink. So just an interesting number that I'll look at later. You'll see later in Saturday's video if you watch it. But yeah, higher ceilings in this one. These look to be like a 9-foot ceiling. With these higher doors, I could be wrong, but maybe it's the picture, but it looks to be higher. Um, but yeah, beautiful, beautiful space, fridge, pantry. Um, let's go to the next picture and see what we have. There you go. Let me say this. See this handle right here? Uh, I don't know why they do that. I'm not sure. A lot of default positions for handles on design programs put it up here, actually. IKEA's does that on their kitchen planner, and my design program does it too. And you, that's not where the handle should be. Maybe they're thinking it's like next to this one on top, but put the handle down where you're actually going to be reaching it. But that's not going to make or break the sale of this kitchen. So you have your dishwasher here in the island. This clearance looks to be decent. Of course, like I always say, be careful with this distance in between these two, key areas here of your kitchen. In a with these two doors opening, if this is a two-person kitchen or there's traffic in this, just that could be a real bottleneck of an area. So, but a lot of people don't want to offset the sink, because of just symmetry maybe, or you want to have enough clearance on both sides, and I get that. So yeah, so always be careful of this, but I think this is probably 48 inches. So I'm guessing, but that's probably fine. It is fine in terms of clearances. That is fine. Beautiful stove. You'll notice no panels. So again, we know this is in North America. Well, we know it is anyway, but yeah, no panels, stainless steel. And we like to look at our appliances. I have no problem with that at all. I don't mind seeing them at all. Um, so yeah, very beautiful. The other thing I probably would have done, which wouldn't have cost a whole lot considering this overall upgrade, is, and it might be hard to see here, but this pantry, I would have pulled this also out like the refrigerator cabinet. And this is a smart move. I talk about this all the time, so they must watch my videos. Is they pull the refrigerator cabinet and panels out to match the depth of the fridge, so you don't notice that the fridge isn't a built-in um, counter depth fridge. And so they could have pulled this out as well to kind of match that, so you don't have all these different depths. It's not the end of the world. What I do think I like about this actually, because they have this landing area on this side of the fridge, but they respected the distance here and here. They could have easily went with a little wider pantry in this case, but they didn't. And so you get this clearance and this clearance. Now I know it opens up above that, but that's okay. That's just like one of those minor little details that you normally wouldn't maybe pick up on, but when I see it, I appreciate the fact that they did that and they didn't just jam the pantry as close to that door as possible. Obviously they thought through the fact that they didn't want to have a large double door pantry, and so they made this space bigger. So instead of having a small little cavity in there, but this could have, and they have the landing area for the fridge. I probably would go with just full pantry there because the landing area for the fridge isn't that important in my opinion. I would rather just have more pantry storage, but maybe they have a walk-in that we don't see, and maybe we'll see it here in a minute. I don't know. Let's go to the next picture. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it's a really nice kitchen. They've done a really great job of this overall. What do you guys think? Do you like this? Let me know in the comments that I'm not looking at, but I think this is And I like the backsplash tile as well. Very nice overall. See if there's another picture. There we go. Okay, so the microwave is in the island as well. Hey, you know what? My microwave broke. Oh, there goes my camera. I should look down for that reason. I guess my microwave broke, and so I'm gonna I'm gonna be changing it out. I'm gonna get rid of the microwave actually completely. We're gonna try to go non-microwave in our home. So I'm gonna create some content on it so you can see what I do in place of the microwave. But it should be interesting. But yeah, I have a microwave like this. I think this is a drawer microwave. Looks like it maybe. Controls maybe are in there. Someone can correct me in the comments, but beautiful. I love the openness without just tearing the wall down. So that's nice as well. So you don't always have to tear a wall down if you want that open concepty type of feel. You can create these pass throughs, of course. You know, they have the big one here. So it looks like to me like maybe originally this was a smaller opening and they opened it up. So very nice. I would take this kitchen for sure. I probably wouldn't change one thing in it, and just take it as it is. I guess the only thing I will say is that no one's sitting here and being comfortable. So that's just not possible. So those are just there to sell, and that's fine. They're probably just placeholders. Yeah, beautiful big space. I'm a fan of this one. Congratulations to whoever did this kitchen. Um, it's got my rubber stamp. All right. All right, let's go to another one. Let's go to another one. All right, back to listing. Let's just stick around the same area for a minute. I'll go to another state here, and probably maybe I'll go to a province in Canada. Let's just go price. Let's go a little higher. Minimum, no minimum. Let's go to the $4 million range. Wowzer, 11 million. Okay, we got to look at it. You know what I'm saying? We got to see. We got to see if this 11 million. Holy smokes. They got YouTube money. Wowzers. Okay, hold on. Let's go to the kitchen. Oh man, this is ridiculous. Okay, there's probably just one picture of this kitchen. Well, there you go. They got the Mac there. That's cool. Yeah, the iMac just in the kitchen. That's odd. Refrigerator. You know, very high end. So this is an $11 million home, and this kitchen definitely fits. Look at the ceiling. Jump ends. Okay. What is this? Wait a second. What are we looking at here? Is this real? Is is this a rendering? What is going on? Does anyone know? What did they Okay, hold on. Hold on. Is this a rendering? Look at that. Look. There's a rendering. This isn't the real kitchen. Is this the real kitchen? Ladies and gentlemen, I am flabbergasted. I don't know what to think here. This is the real kitchen. This is the real kitchen, folks, and they just did this very high-end rendering to show you what it would look like modern. Right? Because this isn't real. That's not real. You can tell it's a rendering now that we're looking at it. I don't even know if this is. I don't know what's real anymore. I wouldn't change a thing about this. This is amazing. Look at this. Wow. Okay, so the fridge. This looks like an $11 million kitchen for sure. What are you guys saying about this? Anyone want to waltz? Um, okay, I don't even know. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know if it's real. Let's go back to regular prices. Let's just stay out of the millions. Let's just go to like, no higher than 2 million. And we'll stay in that range. I think that'd be more suitable. All right. Oh, no, wait, I gotta go max. Let's go 2 million max. There. All right. Okay, we're in Pennsylvania. Let's go to another place. Let's go. Like I'm from Canada, so I only know certain cities in the United States. Like I know all the big ones. So I don't want to be redundant and just pick some. So if you want to put a city in the chat, put it in there so I can go to it. Maybe it's your city or just a place where they have really cool real estate. Maybe to Westmount, like Westmount, like where I live, Westmount. Like I will. I'll have to go to the Canadian site. I'll do Westmount a little bit. Tyler, Texas, where Jackie grew up. All right, let's do Tyler. Tyler, Texas. Oh, Westmount, Quebec. Okay. There's a Westmount where I live. And actually, there's some nice homes over there too. All right. Jackie, do you grow up in one of these homes? Let's do this one here, 1.1. Let's try this one. Gas fireplace. I'm scared. Oh, it's not even okay. New construction. No, we can't do that one. All right, let's do this one. 1.2. Okay, this looks more like it. Let's go to the kitchen. Yikes. Here we go. Let's start with this one. That can't be the whole kitchen, though. That looks like just a mini kitchen. I think this one here is the kitchen. Oh, okay. All right. Ooh. Do you see it? Do you see it? Jackie, is this the house you grew up in? Did you see it? Oh my goodness. Look at this. Tisk tisk. I can't believe, Jackie, you would do this. All right, so we got oak cabinets. Definitely a 90s vibe happening here for sure. They got that old Ubatuba style granite. Oak is back though, and very popular again. Probably not in this particular door style or color necessarily, but oak is definitely something that is trending. If you like oak, don't be scared of that. But yeah, this is not normally what you'd recommend at all. So this is just a very wide kitchen with this island. So you have a sink, then you have a pretty far distance to your fridge, beautiful fridge with a screen in it, and but then sticking this thing in the middle like this is not the best look for sure. But people do what they need to do. Yeah. I don't recommend this at all. So one of the things that comes up in my next video that I checked out was of all the islands I looked at like 100 islands. Only 4 of them had cooktops, which is just an interesting statistic that I uncovered. I don't know if that's obviously in compared to sinks. All right, there's 40, so there's a huge scale tilt towards sinks and not ranges in an island. This just doesn't scream well designed. So whatever. Lots of counter space though, so they do have that. They do have lots of storage and newer fridge that doesn't really fit the depth of that spacing. Um, so my guess is that in its time, this was a really glorious space, but right now it's just outdated. It needs to be redone, and this needs to go. There's better options. Here we go with the sink. Yeah, nice wood. So you can see how they're quite a bit of patina on those doors. They got the built-out sink, which is cool. It's still a trendy thing to do. It's still something that people often do is to bump out that sink. And actually, I was on a call today with a couple, and kind of reminded me of one of the benefits of pulling a sink like that is that the plumbing now has like a space behind the actual box that you can fit it all, so you're not taking up very, if any, of the cabinet with plumbing necessarily. So it's if you can pull off a pulling your sink forward 2-3 inches, it can give you that benefit, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think it's probably grease. It's probably not patina, but that's the nice way to say it. So, but yeah, so yeah, you can. This is like an old intercom, so yeah, it definitely screams money from back in the day. But this sink is just a tragedy. Come on, come on. No, thank you. No, thank you. I mean, I don't even like a double, but I get it if you like your double sink. But not this is not good. But I get it. It's an older kitchen, which was probably upgraded at some point to put that sink in this countertop. So this would have been probably something even older than this at some point. Check out the old phone jack in the wall. Hello. I don't even have a phone jack in my house. Okay, so that was the only kitchen pictures. So yeah, not the a lot of storage, but you'll notice in these older kitchens are riddled with this problem. No drawers, no drawer bank here. You just have your ones on the top. Inside here is probably just shelving, which is not great. Um, the extra wide sink cabinet with just drawers. So that's it kind of is what it is. No, just a drawer here, no drawer there, no big drawers there, no drawers here. So if you have an older kitchen like this is probably something you're facing as well. Is you just don't have enough drawer space. And in these older kitchens, I don't know why in the 80s and 90s drawers weren't prioritized like they are today. And one thing I always say is just put as many drawers in your kitchen as you possibly can, because they're just easier to access generally. Now, this kitchen probably could have been fitted with some pullouts, which maybe they did, and we don't know. But if that's the case, my suggestion, if you're trying to sell your home, in some of these pictures, open the cabinet and pull the pullout out and take a picture of that. So people are like, oh, cool, this has pullouts. I like that. Maybe it's not a total gut job. So yeah, awesome, Jackie Tyler, Texas. That's cool. All right, we'll go somewhere else in the States before we move on to other countries. Maybe we'll definitely have to head to Canada for a little bit. But let's go. What's going on? Give me a city. I'll wait for you to put it in there. Give me some city that I can go with. See what we can find, and I will put it in some place that I probably haven't heard of. We'll have a look. Um, all right, Carmel, California. All right, Carmel. Oh, haven't heard of that. Carmel Valley. Did I spell it wrong? Carmel, CA. I'm going to guess Carmel Valley. Could be wrong. All right, 1.5. Look at this one. Let's just go right into this one. $1.5 million. Got a hot tub, but does it have a nice kitchen? And always, when they don't show you kitchen pictures, oh, here we go. That's not good either. Sometimes you'll come across these listings that don't show kitchen pictures. It's like, what? All right. Well, I mean, so far this is not great. You're definitely buying a location, and I don't know what else you'd be buying. So this is countertop that I don't recommend having a tile countertop, but it is something that we see in certain parts of the world. You see a lot more tile countertops, and especially from a certain age. Obviously this is probably a very old kitchen, by the looks of things. So that might have just been the style. This looks like it was never really updated. They obviously put in this sink at some point, to kind of sprucing things up a little bit. But yeah, so they have this little eating area with just this pony wall, which is cool. This one actually has drawers, but look at these little drawers over here. Aren't they something? I don't know what you're going to put in there, but they're there. Oh, yeah, look. Okay, I see what they did. Well, hey, I can't complain. They blocked the corner off and put in some drawers, so I can't say anything about that. And they get the wall oven, and you get the microwave. So yeah, I mean, I'm always surprised when I look at the prices of these homes and I see a kitchen like this. Like they got a beautiful ceiling, but this definitely needs a lot of work for sure. So to me, this would be total gut job of a kitchen. Look at the placement of this. Yikes! 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 This isn't centered. Oh, this is not great. But again, somebody uses it and loves it, and they're selling it. They're leaving California. Wow. Yeah. So this is like one of those built-in type of kitchens. Built. If you were going to remove this, you'd need a sledgehammer, and you're going to have to really go to town, because this is all built in. Probably 2x4s in there somewhere, and Just crazy. But yeah, builder. This is a builder type of kitchen. You know, you put in the things that you need where you need them that fit, and they make them themselves. You're not going to find this in a modern kitchen. Like this is a six. I mean, this is a 6 inch at the best drawer, and then you still have to have the box on the inside of that. So I don't know what in the world you're going to put in that. There you go. Pantry, fridge. Yeah, I mean they have counter space, they have storage, they have all the things you need for a kitchen. So it passes in that regard, but it needs a lot of updating, and is what it is. So yeah. So when you go and you compare this one to the one that really beautiful one we looked at, just no comparison. You know, so you're buying a house, and I know that it depends on where you live and where the house is being sold at, and location, all that other stuff. But if you're just comparing, you know, kitchens to kitchens at the same similar price ranges, it's um it's pretty interesting what you can get depending on where you live. So awesome. All right, thanks for that suggestion. Let's keep going to another place. And oh, where did I go? Here we go. What happened? There we go. I've seen some more that you guys put in here. Let's see if I can find it. All right. Oh, Winter Park. I'll try Winter Park, and then I'll jump to Canada. Um, yeah, near Orlando. I stayed close to Winter Park last time I was in Orlando, area, and what I remember is it's quite affluent area. So, here you go, 1.4. Okay, let's look at that because that's a very similar price range as what we looked at before, and let's see what kind of kitchen. Ooh, I think I seen this house actually when I was driving down one of those streets. Price cut, 10K. I think I'll put an offer in on this. Oh, hello. I like. Let's look at the kitchen to see how much I like it. Ooh, nasty, nasty, nasty. You guys see that okay? Hopefully. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit more. Can I? No. Won't you guys be able to see it all right? Okay. That's a little better. Hopefully you can see that all right. Okay. Um Wow, just a brutal old color. Definitely needs to be updated. So big island, sink in the island, cooktop, double oven, fridge, microwave on the countertop. Pretty standard run of the mill kitchen. And you know, I think just some basic upgrades, you could probably replace this pretty easily. It's not a massive footprint, so the price to redo this wouldn't be astronomical, in my opinion. It's not a massive kitchen; it just looks really big because of the space that it's in. But yeah, this is you know, pretty classic color for back in the day, cathedral style. Recessed panel doors. Again, notice there's no drawers in any of these, which is just a trend back in that era. Here we go again. So this is just a piece of furniture that's there. Yeah, okay, good. Pantry. See how they put the knob up here? That's just the thing that you don't need to do that. Yeah, this spacing is odd to me. You know, that doesn't need to be like that. What I would tend to do is offset the sink in the island and create symmetry on this because that's where your eye is going to be drawn to. So if I was redoing that, this is probably what I would do. And might also consider just keeping all the tall units together, possibly, or I would at least want to see that as a design option so that I could get a feel for what this looks like, that it's open into this space. However, this is fine too. But I said, like, oh, it's got a pot filler. I would just balance this out a little more. Something that used to be done quite a lot back in, you know, the 90s, you know, and not so much today, is this arc on the back of the island. That was a really popular thing that people would do, designers would do. I would do it all the time in clients' homes. And you just don't see that a lot anymore. But it does create nice distance underneath, especially if you're in the middle two seats, that you can sit there comfortably. And you know, but it's really just a design feature. You could just make the whole thing deeper. And so we see now in more modern kitchens, more and more and more, we're seeing just more of that rectangle overhang, and not this arch. But weigh in on that in the comments if you guys are a fan of that. Do you think that's something we should do more of? Have that type of arch style of overhang, or is that belongs back in the '90s where this kitchen was? Um, but yeah, I mean, if I can visualize this beautiful, new cabinets, some thin line shaker, white, with a different color island, maybe like that other kitchen we looked at previously. Let's keep going to another picture here. Oh, that just shows that other view. So yeah, just those. Maybe they show the island better. Maybe. Yeah, that's that picture there. So that's the close up. Um, Yeah, just too bad. This, I think, is called Ubatuba granite, if I'm correct, if I can see that okay. And, I think it's called Ubatuba. So, someone else can correct me, or maybe, they know the name of it, but, this is an interesting thing here. They got the open shelf. You can see the, outlet inside. That's, an interesting way to kinda hide that, so it's not stuck into this panel. Um Yeah, and they have this cabinet here. So yeah, they do have quite a lot of overhang here. I'm surprised at the overhang that this has. Um, I like the big overhang. I'm just, the round thing is kind of weird. And this odd, this sitting in front of this window. I'm not sure if that belongs there or not. If it's just there for the picture, I don't know. And did we get all these? Oh, here we go. Yeah, so this could just be designed a little better. Probably carry it to the ceiling, and you're fine. Very cool, yeah. Is that Ubatuba? Someone tell me? Or is it chromium? Which one is it? I know somebody knows. Alright, let's go to this next one. That's just looking at, I think that's the end of the pictures. Okay. Well, there's a big television for you. Alright. That's in Winter Park, Florida. I I think you could redo that kitchen fairly decent. It's not massive, like I said, and you can get, a new upgraded kitchen pretty easy. Alright, alright, alright. Jackie thinks it is Ubatuba. Alright. I think it is myself. Alright, let's go, I seen someone say Drumheller, so let's just do that. Drumheller is in Alberta. Oh, can't do that here. We're gonna have to go to a different one. Realtor.ca. All right, we're just gonna jump to Canada for a little bit, and then maybe we'll hop over to somewhere else. Let's go drum. Don't allow. No, don't allow. Drumheller, Alberta. All right. So my wife has relatives in Drumheller, and let's just see if we can find a minimum price. So this is Canadian prices now, folks. So let's just see what 1.4 million is going to give us in Drumheller. Wow. Okay, this is 1.7. Okay, let's have a look. 1.7 mil. Okay, so you must be buying farmland here. Look at that house. My goodness, people. All right. All right, you're buying a farm. All right, you're buying a farm. That's all I have to say about that. Look at this place, man. All right. So the idea here is you're just buying a farm, and you're gonna have to just deal with the house and the kitchen because you're not really buying a house at this point. You are buying what you're buying, and it's not a home. So what's this button do? Oh, there you go. Oh, you can't see that. Brutal. Okay, just brought it to full screen. So yeah, so this is just the classic poorly designed kitchen. I mean, that's not in the right place. Fridge isn't gonna. There's supposed to be a fridge here. Dishwasher's just oddly stuck there because they had to put it somewhere in a retrofit. Just old door style. We used to call this door style princess. Um, for whatever reason. You'll notice again, no drawers, except there is one little drawer bank here, which is good to see. 45 corner cabinets. I mean, this just screams update, obviously. So, yeah, this could be a very nice little kitchen. It's in a U shape, of course, but you could easily renovate this. I don't think there's much other to say about it. I mean, you got this old wooden countertop. It's a laminate countertop, it looks like, with a wood edge on it. Wow, that's old, man. What do you think? Who wants to go to Drumheller? See some dinosaur bones. This is a dinosaur kitchen. Yeah, look, just oof. So this needs some updates for sure. So yeah, well, let's just see. I think there was another one. Wait, no, is that the right button? Where am I at here? Here we go. See if there's another one in Drumheller. This is a condo, is it? What's this? This is a new construction. Let's see if there's a picture of it. Oh no. Oh, you're just buying a condo? Yeah, you must be buying the whole building. Yeah, that's what that is. Okay. We won't look at that one. This doesn't make sense. And this one for 2.3, you're probably doing the same thing. You're buying a building. Yeah. So if you want to buy a building for 2.3 or a farm for 1.6 or whatever it was, you could do that in Drumheller, but and that price range is not a lot. But I bet you, let's just do a quick thing here. Let's just go down to $500,000 and we'll see a few more homes. And I wonder if we'll find something that's like better. Maybe? What do you think? Let's have a look here. This one here is 625. Oh yeah. All right, 625. Oh, it doesn't go to the full screen for you guys. Okay, well, hopefully you can kind of see that. Okay, let me just bring it up. This is hurtful to my face. This is over the range microwave. So Jackie's in, and yeah, just old color. This island style, this shape of island is very popular back in the 90s again. So a lot of these are just not updated kitchens. They got this corner, looks like a corner pantry, probably. Maybe it's a walk-in of some sort. So that's cool. I guess it takes away the corners, so you can just have two runs of cabinets and not worry about cabinet corners. So that's okay. That's a pass for me. I definitely wouldn't design the island this way. It's just not modern, maybe. And it looks to me like you could just put a really nice big island in that space, and you don't have all this floor space between the sink and everything else. But otherwise, it's a pretty standard looking kitchen. Let's just go down to this one. Yeah, see how there's so much space here in the middle. And it's like too much. It's like you need proper clearance, but you could get away with a really massive island, put your sink in it, have it, just really well laid out and not have this odd shape to it. So, but whatever. They do at least have drawers, which is good to see. They've got these double cabinets, whatever, because the ceiling's probably 9 feet here. So they did that. That's okay. Yeah, I like this glass door. That's kind of neat. So this could be redone fairly well. I think it has the good structure to start with, but can definitely be thought about differently. And of course, you could get rid of this corner pantry and reclaim that wall space and do it that way. So that's another option. Yeah, you could. It's just a corner pantry. So nothing intrinsically wrong with that. It's built in with Gyprock, so that's cool. But you could get rid of that whole thing and have maybe a more standard L shape, and then that would you'd still be able to put the rectangular island in it, no problem. So it's yeah, wheelchair accessible. It's wheelchair accessible, but not. That's the problem. So again, like this angle is odd when this is down. You got this odd triangular section that you're standing in front of when this door is down. So it's cool. It's definitely a thing that was done, definitely back in the day. You can, they have this lowered because of the drawer, so they put it lower. Usually, you can stick it in the back behind the drawer. They did the same thing over here. Yeah. So Yeah, what do you think of that? That's a beautiful view though out the window, of course, which is always nice. Anyway, so that's my take on it. I don't know what you guys think. But for $600,000 home, I think that's a reasonable kitchen that you'd find in a home like that. I mean, this is better than the kitchen that was on my video from last Saturday. And bring my camera back. Sorry, guys. Uh, so that's just you know, and that's just in Alberta. So there you go. All right. Want to go somewhere else in Canada? Let's do it. Let's go to Vancouver. Why not? Vancouver's probably one of the higher priced cities to live in. And let's just jump right here, 1.4 million an hour ago. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Welcome to Vancouver. Okay. Um, wowzers. Wowzers. Let's just have a quick scan through here. So very modern kitchen. So if you like the modern look, you like the high gloss look, the no handle look, this is going to be a kitchen for you. Um, very modern style going on here. I'm interested and curious of what you think about this style, because this is a style that's not for everyone. I do like it. Waterfall edge. Just so you're in the know, the waterfall edge is trending down. So facts. Uh, got the open shelves. Whatever. They have an up stand here. You can see it here. So just going for that modern vibe. I like that they have not just a old white plate on here that's a little more modern looking. If they have to put one in the waterfall, that's too bad anyway, but they got to put something there. So I like this kitchen personally. This would be something I would kind of be drawn to. And beautiful view out the window there at the water. Okay. Um, so that's all they're giving us here in this kitchen. So lots of drawers. You'll notice in this one, very new and modern kitchen with lots of drawers, which we didn't see in these older kitchens, of course, because they hated drawers back then. They wanted to bend over and make life difficult. So that's their prerogative. But and whatever, it all worked. So I guess the other thing I would say here is again they're putting these things back to back. I don't know if it's absolutely necessary. Like I said, just watch for that if you're planning something like this, that you don't create this bottleneck. Is there a dishwasher? Is this the dishwasher? What's going on? I'm not sure. Doesn't even look like there is a dishwasher unless it's just something I'm missing, because this could be it, but I don't even really know. So what do you guys think? You either love this or you hate it, but very nice. So this is what, 1.4 million, almost 1.5. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with it, I guess. Trying to see here, like if that's a dishwasher. Must be a dishwasher there, right? There have to be a dishwasher in a home at this price. Drawer dishwasher, I'm hearing. Probably that's it there. Could be two of them. I'm guessing that's what it is. But I love this wood tone color. Notice how it has that continuous grain that crosses through the doors, which is nice. Another look that is when it goes vertical. That's also a really nice look. So yeah, this one probably could have gotten away with a paneled refrigerator, for sure, maybe. Anyway, beautiful space. I like it. It's not cozy though, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not friendly and cozy. It looks more of like, it just looks a little more sharp. I don't know what the right word is, but maybe that's what you're going through for in this type of kitchen. Um, Let me just bring something up here. I don't know if we can see it. Can't really see it, but there is just a design decision that they made. So you can see it kind of here. So you have this section here, and then you have this blank section here, and then the cabinets start. So like most designers, when they look at a floor plan like this, um, they would probably turn that corner instead of creating this like these sections. And so this is either just trying to be, creative design and designing it differently on purpose, intentionally not creating that corner look, maximizing this wall space instead of jamming it up with a corner. Um, I'm not against it. I just notice it because usually as when I see a corner, I'm like, oh, we can just go around the corner with cabinets, and so they didn't do that here. Now, is there a structural reason that we don't see? Is there some kind of vent? I don't think there is, though the only picture I can really see of it is here. There's just a stool there. So I don't think there's actually anything there, in this little section here. So interesting design choice. Those are the things that my mind picks up on, I guess, when I look at stuff like that. Awesome. All right. Well, that is cool. Let's just go to a couple more before we go away. I want to run back to Zillow maybe, and let's just see if we can just backspace enough. We'll get there. Let's go to a couple other places. Where do you want to go next? Let's go to. I know you guys put a few spots in here for me, but I want to look again, see if I can find any, and we'll go there real quick. And again, the point here isn't to bash any of these kitchens. It is just to see, is this a place that needs an update or not, or what would we do different? Bend, Oregon, and then Jackie St. Atlantic City, Bend, Oregon. Okay, Bluebell, Rumson, New Jersey. Rumson. Okay, let's just start Rumson. Let's just go there first. Obviously, I've never heard of this place, so that's fine though. Ooh, oh, a lot of water there. Okay. Ooh, it's got the flag flying. That's nice. 1.2. Modern luxury. Well, let's see what we get for modern luxury in Rumson, New Jersey. Interesting look to this house. Wow. Oh yeah, this is gonna be rough. It's my prediction. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. Where's the kitchen? There you go. Okay. Well, I was right. It's sort of rough. This is I don't know what's happening here. Why are they doing this? All right. So partly upgraded, partly not. I don't know what the deal is with this fridge panel. Um, these wall cabinets aren't necessary. I'm gonna pick this one apart. All right. I'm just gonna go for it. These aren't necessary. Get rid of those. Fix up this whole thing here. What are you doing with this fridge? Come on, people. Okay. Got the big drawers. That's nice. There's probably a drawer bank there as well. Nice big window, which is nice. You get the farmhouse sink. What other kitchen pictures do they have? Oh, okay. Wow. Not as big as we thought. It looks much bigger from this view, doesn't it? You got this section over here with the shelving. Yeah, and then it just stops into this area here. So this is an older house, and they did this little bit of an upgrade. Nice countertop. I like it. Is there another picture of the kitchen? Okay. Oh, okay. So interesting. Pantry. Yeah. See the door handles? They're all doing that. Put it down here. Stop it. Um, okay. It looks like there's enough clearance for that door to open, I guess. No drawer. I'm not sure why. They got this pass through, which is cool. You can sit on both sides. So that's kind of a neat little feature. Like I said, that's something you can do instead of opening up the wall. Is you can just put in these pass throughs that you can sit at, and that's something that I see a lot happening in these older homes that you're trying to retrofit. Maybe you can't tear down the wall. You don't want to, but you do want to put something in there. They put the lights in it, so created this little section here. So that's all cool. Yeah, nice big open space. You could definitely probably fit an island in here quite easily. Um, so I guess something that you'd want to consider. I wonder what it is though. It's hard to tell with pictures and angles. And if they're using like a fisheye lens or something like that, sometimes it's hard to tell what these distances are. Like this looks pretty big, but this it doesn't. This angle here, so it's hard to know. Um, I love the tripping hazard in front of the range. That's always good to see. And then this is just that weird crown. Like I'm not sure what's going on here with that. So uh, you know, this is yeah, different color for just some reason. Just they wanted a different color, I guess. Not sure what's happening on the toe kick there, but yeah. So this is just something that could easily be maybe fixed up a little bit. I would say get rid of these cabinets, fix up this area here. I would probably just I would even consider moving the fridge maybe to this area. Putting the fridge here in a nice big pantry, reclaiming this counter space, spreading that out a little bit more. Then you could maybe go with wall cabinets if you wanted to, though it's not wrong, but it just, my take on it. There's your bedroom. Okay. Um, yeah. So I'm guessing this is like a vacation home type of vibe, um, where it's probably close to the water. Maybe they used it for Airbnb or something like that. Those are the things I would think about. I would consider that island, and again, that's why tearing down these walls, you can put them. You could reclaim that space for a great big island, which would be beautiful. I love an island, I do, and if you can have one, put one in. So that's cool. I like that. All right, let's go to another one. Let's do a couple more. All right, I've seen someone put in. Let's see, Villanova. Villanova. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying this. It's a little different of a live stream, of course, less curated on my part because this is all just stuff we're all discovering here together. And but I thought it would be fun to try to do and look at some of these listings. This is Villanova, Pennsylvania. 1.3 million. This is a nice home here. Oh, this is nice. 1.9. Let's try this one. And let's see these photos. So this looks pretty. Let's see what we get here in Villanova. Ooh, dandy. All right, we got ourselves a kitchen. Hello. Okay. Okay. So this is a thing in Pennsylvania. All right, that's a thing because that was in the last Pennsylvania kitchen. Butter on granite countertops. This is a 80s 90s kitchen. This would be a 90s kitchen. This would be something that I would have done. Look at the rope detail on the door. So that rope detail, very very early 90s, very very cool. Not something you're going to see anymore today. So a few live streams ago we were talking about just trying to find the newest door style, a new modern trend, the new door style that's going to take over from Shaker. And this won't be it, but why not? Why couldn't something intricate again be something that people are into? So these really detailed, ornate cabinet styles are not the trend anymore. But they have nice features to them. They have a vibe, they have a look to them that was really special back in the time frame for sure. So big throwback here. Look at these posts, these turned posts. That was something that, like, if you were getting that in your kitchen was expensive because only rich people did that. So when I would order these for a client, it'd be like, "Oh, wow, they're spending money because these things are not cheap." So you can see the detail here in the island. You can see it here next to the sink, next to this. So that was a thing. That was just a design thing that was, indicative of this time frame. And I remember doing this same sort of thing. So they pulled the sink and they pulled the range, which I think is a good idea. It just gives you a little more clearance, a little space front and back. And again, I think it's something that modern kitchens can pull off quite easily, and I like the idea. This glass frosted style door with the mullions, very very popular in that day, and of course the ornate crown molding with that rope detail that matches the door. So this is something that is oh yeah, I'm way all kinds of the glass here. So wow, interesting, 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 interesting. Yeah, so there you go. This is just needs a little. I don't know. Honestly, you know what? I don't know if this needs anything, to be honest with you. I I I I like this kitchen. It's not my color choice. It's an older style. The countertops are older. Um, yes, would this look nice in a modern white shaker with, marble? Of course it would. But this is, you know, a well done kitchen for its time. It actually has drawers, in it. It has a second sink with the wine fridge in this whole section here. Um, I think that the clearances look great. So this is a cool kitchen. I'm happy with it. I'm pleased. This is built up because they have to vent it, so it's just hiding the vent. You know, do they have what kind of corner cabinets do they have? Oh, there you go. They have the kind of that fluted. What's the right name for it? Fluted back panel, which again is just a trend. And you'll notice too in this kitchen that all of the panels on the side gables of all these cabinets are all paneled with doors. So again, back in this time frame, and today too, but back in the day, that's what really separated a high-end kitchen from a not high-end kitchen is those details, because those were the added expenses that a lot of people like couldn't afford or didn't want to put into their kitchen because it was just the extra thing that didn't add any real value to the space, didn't add any functionality. It was purely just visual. And so these details we see them more now. Um, but this is definitely just speaks to that higher end kitchen vibe when you do that. Another detail is very hard to see. Maybe there's another picture. No, okay. Beautiful home though. This is cool. Um, the way that they turn, okay, it's hard to see, and some of you might not understand how this works, maybe, but when you have crown molding on a cabinet, and then the cabinet next to it is higher, you have a problem because the crown molding sticks out in front, and now it's going to be in front of the door. So what they did here is they 45'd it in as a return in on both of these sides. That's just an old school trick that they used to do. I mean, still you can do it today. You can kind of see it here, that little notch that's there. So that was a way to return that crown molding into this space, so it didn't stick out past in front of those doors. And these probably aren't operating, I'm guessing, but they might be on a hinge so that you can access the ventilation. And so that would look odd and get in the way. What would normally happen is that, or you know, aside from this, is that this whole unit would be brought out deeper, and so that crown molding could finish into the side of it, and you wouldn't have to do that. Which I prefer that look instead, but that's just the way they did it. So just those little details, craftsmanship details, I guess, which are cool. And these are a framed cabinet, and they do not have. You can kind of see here any under cabinet molding. So, but you can see this how it's recessed up. So you could probably put an LED strip underneath that, and you'd never ever see it anyway. So very cool. This would have been yeah, 90s, mid 90s kitchen, I'm guessing, because it's all concealed hinges, um, which became very, very popular in, the mid 90s, late 90s. Maybe this is early 2000s. This could still be an early 2000s kitchen. So that's my guess. This open shelf corner things are very popular in that time frame as well. This thing here, you used to see it a lot on either side of your window, flanked in your wall cabinets. So yeah, beautiful color. I don't know what kind of wood that is. Is it? It almost looks like cherry wood. Cherry wood gets this real rich coloration with age, and this sort of looks like it, though I can't really tell. But yeah, sort of looks like cherry wood. Cherry wood's not red. Cherry wood is more like along this color, but it just ages really beautifully, and it's a really beautiful wood for cabinetry. And I think that's what it is. So cool. That was a nice one. That was a good kitchen. So I didn't hate that one. All right, let's do one more, then we'll call tonight. What time? Oh, we've been on an hour, so we're doing good. Let's go somewhere else, and then I'll jump into the chat for a minute and see what else. Let's go. Next place we'll get it. That'll be the last one. So whatever the next one is in the chat, that's what we're going to throw in, and that's where we're going to go. So put it in the chat. where you want to go next. And we will do it. Let's go international. Okay, give me a place. Let's do it. We'll try to find some place international. Go to Helen City. Helen's City is in East Gippsland. All right, let's do it, Jackie. Good idea. Let me just try to find it here. You're not going to find that on Zillow. Australian. All right, bear with me for 1 second. Australian real estate. All right. Helen, I believe you live in East Gippsland, so let's go there. East. Am I spelling it wrong? East. Is it East Gippsland? Can't really seem to find it. I could be totally wrong. Are you on, Helen? I'm not seeing it. I might be spelling it wrong. She's not here. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm typing in East Gippsland, but it doesn't seem to be coming up. And I am in Australia. But let's go Eastern Melbourne. Let's just go to Australia here, and I'll just share my screen here. My bad. Hold on. East Gippsland. So yeah, it didn't come up, Jackie. You can try to find it though if you can search for it. I couldn't. It didn't come up on Australia for some reason. All right, but this one does 1.1. So this is in Eastern Melbourne, which is a popular area, I think, in Australia. Let's see what kind of kitchens we're going to get here in Eastern Melbourne. This will be the one we close off on. So if you're in Australia and you're watching, thank you. Whoa! All right, so we got the sleek, modern, white kitchen. Renovated to sell. Yeah, I mean, big pantry, fridge that has space to be a bigger fridge. Modern gloss white, dishwasher paneled. Yeah, beautiful. I mean, if this is your style, then this is great. It's got lots of drawer space, sink in the island. Again, it's pretty standard thing these days. That's the only couple pictures. It might be more. No. Oh, wow. Look at that backyard. Wow, wow, wow. Beautiful. So yeah, modern, very modern kitchen. And when it comes to this, it's either you love it or you don't, what is this? Corian? It's so thin. It looks like corian. I wonder if it is. Seems to be popular in that area. Not much to say about this kitchen. I mean, it's kind of, again, not that friendly looking. Yes, it looks like a hospital. I get it. But yeah, they could have brought some life in it, but I do like the backsplash. I mean, there you go. Not much different though from a North American kitchen, of course, or something you'd find in Canada. I mean, we've seen something similar to that in Vancouver, and similar to that we'd find in the United States as well. We'd find it, anywhere. So this sort of modern look is, pretty much everywhere around the world. So that's all cool. Is what it is. Awesome. Well, that was fun. Like I like looking at some of these things again. Like you get to see, some actual kitchens that aren't renovated to sell, which we've seen tonight. You have these they just clean them up for the pictures and cleaned everything, and then you have these kind of more moderny upgraded kitchens that are really renovated to sell the home, and you kind of get a good mixture. But you do definitely get to see some do's and don'ts and things that you like and don't like when you're looking at kitchens like this. And when you go, what you start to notice, and what I've noticed for many years now, is that every home is so different. And so when you're designing a kitchen, you can't just take one and just put it in every different home. Obviously you could if you're just building them all the same, but every kitchen is different. Every home is different. And the challenges you have with your kitchen are real because they're not like anybody else's. Yes, you need a sink and it's got to go somewhere, but your house is designed differently. And all the homes we looked at tonight really shows us that they're all different builds. And though there's similarities obviously in them, you have to have it designed specifically for you. So if you're doing that and you want some help and you want my help with it, you can check my link in the description below if you want to do one-on-one consultation, fill your boots. So that's all I'll say about that. So let me take a few minutes. I'm going to jump into the chat and look. Let me just change my screen position here so I don't have to be looking down so much. And then I'll jump off here. We've been on a little over an hour, so that's all good. I really appreciate everybody, of course. I just hit 35,000 subs, which is cool, I guess. It's just the whole YouTube thing, which is great. But I appreciate Wednesday nights for sure. When you guys jump on, we get to just hang out here and look at kitchens and talk kitchens. I love it. Did the like thing. Oh, cool. So glad you could be here for your first live. I didn't get to be in the chat so much tonight because I was looking at my other screen. So if it was your first time in a chat, I really appreciate it. And everyone, we always have a great time. How much would the cost difference be for panel appliance versus just the appliance? Do you think it's worth it? It depends on where you're buying them from. I've seen prices that are like sort of similar to the prices of just a regular appliance, and then I've seen some that are really astronomically higher. I don't know if that's brand specific. I'm not sure. So that sort of is a thing. The other thing is that you now have to buy a panel for it, which is going to be more expensive. So I think overall it is generally more expensive to panel an appliance because you have to buy a panel, which is probably going to be a couple $100, and then the appliance itself is normally a little bit more expensive. And then if that appliance somewhere down the road, like if it breaks, you have to get it replaced. Can you get a new one that you can put that same panel on? Can you still get a panel that fits that? So there's a few like things down the road to think about as well. That could be a problem. So overall, I think they're just more expensive, but you know, they could be similar or closer depending on the brand. So awesome. I hear that too, actually. The YouTube fairies, they'll show up. Is there a video on backsplashes, walls, and kitchens? I don't specifically have a video dedicated to backsplashes, so that's a great idea actually, because that could be an easy one to do. There's so many options and things you can do for backsplashes. I don't know if yeah, I definitely don't have a video dedicated to that, or technically walls and kitchens. Though we've covered that topic a lot on different live streams and stuff. I mean, you'd never find it because it'd be buried in a live stream somewhere. But that is a really good idea to think about for the future for sure. And it is actually something I talk about quite a bit with clients. Like when we do one-on-one consultations, that is one of the things that we most times bring up is what are we going to do for the backsplash? How are we going to design it and stuff like that? So that actually is a really good idea. Thanks. Appliance panels are 30% more and going up as you buy. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I would say, yeah, I agree. It's going to cost you more for sure. Yeah. Okay. So you're looking to change your walls, backsplash stainless tiles, paint it, marble, etc. Nice. Um, my favorite thing right now for a backsplash is a paneled backsplash that matches the countertop. That seems to be a look that I like. It's not for everybody. It's a very modern look. It depends on your countertop as well and how busy you want your backsplash to be. But I also like mixing it up a little bit. So having, maybe behind the range, something different than everywhere else. So, but there's so many options out there. And again, I'm not an interior designer. So, I'm not coming at it from an interior design perspective. I approach everything mostly from functionality first, and then the rest is my opinion. So, yeah. Kitchen flooring tutorial would be good too. Sort of, I missed it in previous episode. We did talk about kitchen flooring, but not to the extent of a capacity where I'm coming at it from a professional standpoint because I again I don't declare myself to be a flooring specialist. So while I have opinions and have worked with lots of floors over the years with lots of clients, lots of home builds, lots of kitchen renovations, um, I still don't. Oops, sorry. I still don't consider myself like an expert in the flooring. So I would have to just come at it with that angle just to make sure, hey, this is a lot of this is my opinion and what my experience has been when it comes to like backsplash flooring, things like that. Because again, when it comes to kitchen design, I'm all in. I can talk for hours on that and give a pretty accurate, assessment of things. But flooring and stuff like that, it's just sort of a different thing. All right, gotta go feed your horses. Thank you so much for being here. Say hi to your horses. That's cool. Um, and I'm gonna go too, everybody. It's been a blast just hanging out with you for this bit of time. And again, we'll be here next Wednesday, doing something kitchen related. I promise it'll have something to do with kitchens. And hopefully you can join me again. And thanks to Paula for sending me that kitchen earlier on Zillow. And if you have something that you want to send, is hey, I think we could talk about this on the live stream. I definitely enjoy seeing those emails. Doesn't mean I'll actually do it, but at least it gives me some ideas too of things that we can talk about on a live stream. So I think that would be I'm always up for that and love seeing what you guys send. So I hope you all have a great week and stay safe. If it's raining or you're flooded where you're at, I hope that you get through that without too much damage and problem. And we will see you on the next live stream. And tune in Saturday because I'm talking about islands and some interesting things about islands. I thought they were interesting at least. So stay tuned for that. God bless all of y'all. We'll see you.